The news cycle here in this country has been moving at a breakneck pace for the last, week and a half ever since Trump got sworn in. Even before that, news would change by the hour. It's been hard to keep up with things, and of course, it's been hard to be outraged by every single thing because we're just inundated. But think back about a month ago, right? What was the big news about a month ago? Those drones, right? The mystery drones flying over New Jersey. We had Republicans telling us, even the president-elect at the time, Donald Trump, telling us that they're from China. China's doing recon missions in the New Jersey suburbs, which was totally believable, right? Marjorie Taylor Greene was in on the conspiracies. Republicans were trying to pass emergency legislation to authorize people to shoot down the drones. And then all the news of the drones just stopped, right? The whole issue just magically disappeared overnight. Nobody thought about it or cared about it again. The drones are gone, right? Well, luckily this week, Donald Trump's new press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, did finally tell us what happened. She put to bed the conspiracy theories because apparently Donald Trump had been wanting to know. They found out what actually happened. And she told the press, one of the only times she actually told the truth this week. Here is what she said they have determined about those drones. I do have news directly from the President of the United States that was just shared with me in the Oval Office. From President Trump directly, an update on the New Jersey drones. After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy. Now, here's the thing. When this was happening, I mentioned both here at Ring of Fire and over on my other channel, Fair and Balanced, I talked about the drones a lot because of all the conspiracy theories. And every time I mentioned that, hey, a lot of these are recreational people doing just drones, right? It was right around Christmas. Drones are a very popular Christmas gift. And I even got people on the left emailing me, messaging me, tagging me on social media like, you're absolutely wrong. These are not hobby drones. The cops said that some of them were the size of cars. Where are y'all now, right? I don't mean to gloat. I don't want to sit here and pat myself on the back, but y'all were so damn vicious. And I was right. I was 100% right. So I will accept those apologies any moment now. Go ahead, send them back to me the same way you sent them to me the first time. But here's the thing. We as a people, and I've said this many times, as a group of people, as a country here, get collectively stupid, right? You put us together, we're very dumb. And due to that fact, we are kind of subjected to this groupthink, right? Something happens that we can immediately explain. The government doesn't immediately explain it to us, so our imaginations run wild, right? Even the cop who did come out and say, the sheriff was like, some of them are the size of cars. Those were identified at the time as actually just small civilian aircraft. Like single engine bi-wing planes in some instances. Like they weren't even actually drones. And what I had said at the time was check the FAA records. Like if you just go look at the flight logs, you would get your answer. I mentioned that in repeated segments. And you know what they did? Exactly what I said. Like, well, why don't we just check the flight log? Oh, actually, every single one of these is accounted for. Oops. Now, I will point this out. These drones were flying, and of course, obviously registered with the FAA, while Biden was president. Biden should have done this. Like, we shouldn't have had to rely on Donald Trump. Biden should have come out immediately and said, hey, folks, or I'm not even going to try to do a Biden impression. Anyway, he should have come out and said, guys, it's just freaking drones. They're doing some research. Relax. No malarkey here. But he didn't, and, that was probably a failure, but I guess he was also a little bit busy at the time. However, any local officials in New Jersey could have done that. The governor could have done it. None of y'all did. It took independent people, by the way, going through the publicly available information to say, like, hey, a lot of these are just regular people flying drones, man. But there it is. There's your explanation. The mystery of the New Jersey drones has officially been solved. Thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're not already, please subscribe to the channel. We got fresh content every day for you. And if you want to follow us across social media, make sure you check out all of the social links that we have posted in the description of this video.